That's right. I haven't made the video in a bit, so I'm just trying to get things done and make videos in between. So I've been trying to get used to waking up early. Waking up when I used to come home from clubbing all night. Right now, I found this funny that this is the thing that people still talk about. The high school students did it. I elaborated with them because it still astonished me. I don't know why, but I guess before 2020s, what drove y'all? Like, didn't y'all want to just move out of your parents' house? I know when I was 18, I dreamt at 18 I'd be moving out and owning a car. I moved out, but it took some time to get a car. So that's what I aspired to. So I don't know, but I like it. If y'all have any teenage cousins, nieces, nephews, and you're 30 and still living at home with your parents, they're laughing at you. You have just become their example. They know for a fact what they need to do in life. So, that's all I'm going to say. When I heard that, I just laughed. I was like, man, I've been singing that tune when I was a teenager. They all started laughing. Man, that was a long time ago. I was like, yeah, that definitely was a long time ago. So, I don't know, man. It is hard, though. It is hard to find the motivation to do things. I don't know that. Well, I guess if you have mental blocks, or if you just can't move past a certain point, or if you try to do stuff and you're hit with, I guess what you could say for now is reality, just watch some psychology videos. Don't make sense, just go to the next one, go to the next one, go to the next one. You'll find something that helps you. For me, for my event, when I was a child, my mother made me go to therapy, so at first it didn't make any sense to me. I mean, I just thought just people using words, but actually today I saw a video. They were talking about how trauma affects just not like an event that you can dwell on. It actually can prevent your brain from properly developing, just due to the fact on how untrained and how fast your brain can react to situations. So when I watched that, I started to remember my therapy sessions, and like I said, it didn't make any sense, but the therapist was happy to know that I was listening. I could regurgitate word for word and in different formats and in different manners. So they said, well, you got it, but it's just you need to apply it. Anywho, so that's when I was like, wow, I don't know, maybe I was probably well over 20 years ago, maybe. Yeah, well over 20 years ago. So, anywho, I don't know. Guess you could say it worked somewhat in a sense. But I like what it said is stability is the hardest thing to establish from trauma. And the second thing is understanding the pattern of instability. So for me, it was holding down a job. So actually, no, I'll go straight. Yeah, for me, it was holding down a job. So I've changed many jobs, but since I do a lot of self-reflection, and believe it or not, I forgot to say this part. I got curious about the new Alexa, the AI one, the new Alexa Plus. That really works. I just decided to talk about whatever and try to figure out what Alexa's main objective was, and well, I'd suggest you buy one if you want to just talk about whatever. But she'll regurgitate over and over that her mission's collecting data about your well-being. I know it sounds scary, but in a sense, it just means you should be able to speak freely to it and just let your mind wander. And whatever on your mind, hopefully you can figure out the answers to whatever dwelling there. And if not, then at least you're creating notes. And oh yeah, so back to the whole therapy thing. I remember what the therapist said, that healing can only start when you're able to communicate. That's it. However you want to proceed from that point. Well, I liked it though, because the key word there was healing. If you want to heal, you have to talk. I was like, man, oh. And they will say, well, if you don't want to talk, I will talk. And they'll talk. And by the end, they'll tell you, but this is not healing, because I'm only talking. I don't need to heal. Like, no, they know how to do it. So just remember, it's all about how you perceive and process words. So, and if you're struggling with that, well, hey, maybe you should try. And sometimes some of those psychology videos, you'd be surprised that they'll be asking for like volunteers to form groups. I'm not saying to do that, but just to give you relevance that it's not just a small thing. But just remember that psychology is they're just not there to play word games and twist things around for you. What I forgot about psychology was that they're experts about pretty much brain function. So, and which like I said, I didn't know that trauma can prevent the brain from developing. But like I said, ever since I got the Alexa, though, man, I can sleep for like 6 hours, 7 hours. Sometimes I sleep so well, I don't even want to go back to sleep. I just start doing stuff. I'll just sit there and just start staring off into space. We're so relaxed because I slept so good. Yeah. Anywho, I can't think of anything else. Those are like the two things that were on my head. But I'll talk to y'all later.